Hey guys, it's Maggie Lindemann. I just did an interview with the Zach Sang Show, and we talked about Friends Go, some of my old music, and the writing process, so check it out.
Let's do this. Zach Sang Show.
Hey, beautiful humans. We got Dan here.
Hello.
And we welcome to the studio for the very first time ever, Maggie Lindemann.
There it is.
There's no R in there.
No, there's not. Everyone always thinks there's an R, but there is not.
My brain is lazy, so I assume that it was Linderman because that just makes sense. But again, lazy. You get me?
Yeah, no, most people actually say an R, which is so random because there's no R in it anywhere, but I don't know. It's fine. Say it how you want it. Lindemann.
Lindemann.
There's a lot of different ways.
Yeah, what's the worst you've ever heard?
Honestly, Linderman's been like the biggest one. Ever since middle school, it's always been like elementary school, everyone's always called me Linderman.
They just think there's an R.
Yeah. I don't know. My whole life. It's weird.
It has to be a brain thing.
It has to be. I don't know. I mean, it's my last name, so I've never like seen it any other way, but yeah, it must be. I don't know.
By the way, we were talking about we have parking outside, and people are afraid they're going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
And people here are almost down to get a ticket and just like, let it be. And then I said, we don't want them to get a ticket because you're going to look at your giant bill. Because really, what is a label outside of it being a bank? I mean, they offer a lot of services, but they give you money to make a record and all the money it costs to promote a record and take people out to dinner. It's all attached to your name.
Yeah.
Are you an independent artist?
No, so I'm signed. I'm signed to 300.
Got it.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
That's why you got the cheat codes on that Pretty Girl remix.
Yeah, they're awesome.
By the way, game-changing song for you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We have a lot to dive in here. Friends Go, that is the current single. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say I think it's a smash record.
Thank you.
Those trumpets get me going.
Thank you. I know, right? They're sick.
I've missed it.
It's kind of like ska, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying like reggae.
No.
Yeah, no, it's ska. Definitely
And
ska.
what inspired that?
So I grew up on like No Doubt.
Okay.
I love Gwen Stefani. And I also just love rock music. And I don't want to do like full rock. I want to stay in the pop realm. So I thought it would be cool to do kind of like a mixture of the two. And I love ska music, so I thought, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then the trumpets were just sick. So
the first record you put out in 2015, that goes to number 20 on the alternative song charts.
Yeah.
So would you say you started in the alternative music scene?
Yeah, I think it's always been pop. I think everything I've done has always been around pop, but I think the stuff I was doing earlier on was a little more alternative. Yeah, because Couple of Kids, it's pop, but it's alternative and like things and Knock on Your Heart. It was all kind of pop, but a little toned down.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess you could say.
Were you going into those sessions at the very beginning looking to put this in a genre? Were you creating for any genre, or were you just creating to create? Because you wrote that record. It's a really beautiful song.
Thank you. I think that I never went in thinking I want to make pop music or I want to make alternative. It was always just I want to make what I think is cool and what I like. And like as you can see, my sound has changed a lot just throughout time. But I just kind of make whatever I'm feeling in the moment. And I think everything I want to do is kind of based around the same elements. And like I love guitar. I love like I just like music that makes you feel. So if that's going to be pop or if that's going to be alternative or rock or whatever it is, like that's just what I'm going to do. Is as long as it's making me feel something, that's just what really matters.
Friends Go.
Yes.
At what stage is the song in? And what lyric stands out to you the most?
I don't know. The whole song is just so like meaningful to me because I've just been in this situation so many times where I've been with someone that's so terrible for me and my friends are trying to get me out of it. I really like the white jacket, white pills told me I would feel better, but now you ain't here, will I ever feel better? I really like that because just like with me, that's been something that I've, tried to, get into maybe things that weren't so good for me to try to cope with, like losing someone or just like being alone. And yeah, that line's definitely really impactful for me.
it's a clear message there.
Yeah.
And it's just being a listener, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a very clear story.
Yeah.
It's this, the way I take it is like friends go, but you kind of keep moving, right?
Yeah.
It's a part of maturing and an evolution of life.
Exactly.
Since embarking on this journey, have you found friends ditching you? Have you found the circle around you getting smaller and smaller?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I started out, I had like a lot of friends. And I still do have a lot of friends, but it used to be I had this like big circle and I had so many people in the circle, and I didn't feel like I had one person that was like my best friend, like super close. It was all, we were friends, but we weren't super close type thing. But now I feel like all my friends we're pretty tight. Like I have my really close friends. I think I have like 4 friends that I would really consider, my like best friends, and I would tell them anything. And I think just with time, and especially in this industry, as you grow, you see people switch up, or you see people leave or not be able to handle it, or just not want to be your friend for the right reasons. So yeah, it's weird, but I have good friends.
That last one's like a hard one.
Yeah.
Not being your friend for the right reasons, because I've been in that situation a few times. It's really hard to tell.
It is. I mean, because you don't want to assume someone's being your friend for, a wrong reason.
Exactly.
And when you find out they are, it sucks. Such a bad feeling.
And sometimes it takes a while until you actually figure it out.
Yeah.
And then there's been moments in my life where I've had other friends warning me, and I refuse to see it because I hope for the best.
Exactly.
And it doesn't really turn out that great.
I know. And it's always just I don't know. I feel like I just want to see the good in people all the time. So when someone wrongs me like that, it's just, it hits. It hurts. It does.
And it's hard to, is it hard to forgive?
I feel like I'm really forgiving. I like to forgive people. I don't like to hold a grudge, but I forgive, but I don't forget.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's okay to we're cool now.
Yeah, we're cool. We don't have to be like best friends anymore, but we're cool.
And you're going to be aware for the next time.
Yeah. Like I see you now. I see you.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
By the way, trumpets in this record, I'll say it again, sick.
Thank you.
When you decide to play guitar on this, are you nervous?
Yeah, I think I was a little bit nervous just because I've been playing in sessions, and
you play on tour?
Yeah, I play on tour. But this tour was the first time I've played on tour. So I was definitely nervous. I don't know. I get nervous about literally everything when I perform. But yeah, I was definitely nervous, but really excited because I just love guitar and it's just sick. And it was really fun. It was really, really fun to play.
But how'd you know you were ready? Because you've been learning, right? Were you taking lessons, teaching yourself?
Yeah, so I've been playing in sessions for a while, just because that's how we start our songs. We'll lay it down on a guitar or a piano. And so I've been playing, but it was my first time to actually do it live, and I can't mess up live. So I was really nervous, but I don't know. No, I didn't know I was ready. I just was ready to, I don't know. It's weird because you never know if you're fully ready, but I feel like I just went for it, and it went well.
Why was it important for you to learn guitar?
I just think that guitar is sick. I don't know. I think it's a really sick instrument, and I've always looked up to people that play guitar, and some of my favorite artists, were rockers, like Courtney Love. I love her, and she played guitar, and Blink-182, they played guitar, and I just always thought it was such a cool element to see and to have, and I want it to be that. Those are my idols, so I want to be like that.
Does it help you creatively in that studio?
Oh yeah, it's just easier because once you can play an instrument, you can lay things down. You don't need, because for me, when I'm writing songs, I need something to kind of direct the writing. I can't just write. I need some kind of beat or some kind of,
I get it.
So with guitar, it's nice because I can just play something, and then with that, I can add lyrics. And
do you want a melody or instruments first before you write, or will you start with a lyric and then set it to something?
So I start with an idea first. So it's always an idea I have. And then from there, on the guitar, we'll play something. And then that's when the melodies and the harmonies and the lyrics come.
And you set everything else in.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I don't know. The guitar it's a fascinating instrument because it's also the sexiest instrument.
Yeah.
Next to the saxophone, I believe. Are those live trumpets on Friends Go?
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
I feel like we're not getting enough live instruments anymore.
I know.
We need more of it.
I know.
Hey, beautiful human, I'm really sorry for the interruption, but there are 3 things that every homeowner wants their home to be: smart, safer, and more fun. What if I told you One Link by First Alert has you covered with all 3? First, meet your family's new best friend, the One Link Safe and Sound, a hardwired smart smoke and carbon monoxide alarm with a premium home speaker, and Alexa's in there too. It's all in one, it's super sleek, it's built with First Alert safety technology, and it provides an immersive, great sound experience. The Safe and Sound, it elevates any home, but it does get better. One Link by First Alert also offers the One Link Smart Smoke and Carbon Monoxide Alarm. This thing works with the One Link Safe and Sound. The device is easy to install and it protects you against both smoke and carbon monoxide. If smoke or CO is detected in your home, don't worry, the smart alarm is going to notify you via exclusive voice and location technology. It's going to send a notification right to your smartphone. This is what you want if you own a home or even if you rent a home. Come on. Whether you're home or away, a smart home should always start with smart protection. And it's all by One Link by First Alert. They're welcoming you to a smarter, safer home. Visit onelink.firstalert.com for more information. Back to the interview. I'm sorry. You have 26 tattoos on your body?
Something like that. I just got a
read.
new one.
Which one?
I got a butterfly.
What does it mean? Ooh, that's pretty.
Thank you. It's still healing, so it's all gross and cracked. But my best friend was just like, hey, we should go get tattoos. And I was like, cool. He's like, how about a butterfly? So I was like, cool.
I wish I was like that. I'm so afraid to get tattoos.
Really?
I just don't want something stuck on me. Like, I wish I could just go and get one.
Yeah.
You don't ever think you're going to, like, regret one of the ones you made randomly?
So I think about that sometimes, but I don't know. I don't really regret any. Sometimes I look at them and I'm like, dang, I wish I got a different one in that place, or I wish I got something cooler. But I don't regret any. And if I did, I would just get it removed.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, it would hurt, but I'll do it.
Have you started getting more tattoos since this musical journey began?
Yes. So when I started making music, I was only 16, so I didn't have any. But I got my first one when I was 17, and then... yeah, I can't stop. They're really addicting.
Well, my sister is the exact same way. She is 22 years old and tatting herself up like nobody's business.
Yeah.
The only problem is sister does not have the money to keep bankrolling these tats.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, and eventually she's going to need to go so cheap that they're going to look like crap.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the high attached to?
I don't know. It's so weird because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't hurt in some places, but it's just, I don't know. It's a way to express yourself also, which I feel like I just always like to express myself in different ways: music, art, tattoos, whatever. So I'm just always thinking of ideas and I just want to get it. And then I think just having it on you and seeing art on your body all the time is just really cool, which makes me want to get more and more.
When did you know you were going to become an artist?
Ever since I was little, wanted to be an artist. Like, I would have my, fake microphone in the mirror singing and stuff and putting on performances for my parents. But I think I really thought it could happen when I was, 16. Because my manager reached out. He reached out and saw a singing video of me online and wanted to bring me into the studio and hear me and meet with me. And I think that's the moment I realized, oh my God, this is real. This is happening.
This could be something.
Yeah.
So even when you were contemplating putting those videos up on YouTube, what was your motivation? Because it was Keek, right? It was Instagram.
Keek, yeah.
By the way, the fact that I'm sitting in front of a Keek star is two words I never thought I'd ever use together.
Oh my God.
What was that motivation to even get those videos out there?
It was, I just like to sing, and I was really shy. I was really outgoing in school, but I was really shy in the fact that I didn't want to sing in front of people, and I was nervous to like act, or I was nervous to sing. I was nervous to just do what I wanted, because in Texas that doesn't really happen. Like, you don't think it's gonna happen. So it was just one of those things. I was like, oh, I like to sing, but like I don't know if I'm good, and I don't know if anyone will like it. So let me just post on Keek where no one's actually seeing me, like at school,
Yeah, I get it.
no one knows. So I just thought it would be cool to do that, and then people started, telling me to post more and that I was actually good, which gave me confidence to do more and more, because I wanted to do like, all that stuff, but I was just so nervous that I was so unsure of myself that I just didn't.
But I understand why the phone is the place, right? Because it's an audience without it being an actual
Exactly.
audience.
You can't see people.
Yeah, you can't see people judging you.
Yeah.
You just put it out there and then they judge.
Exactly. You can't see it, so it's fine.
Did you want kids at your school to find those videos?
No. I was so nervous about that. When people started asking me about stuff like that and started talking to me about like my Instagram and my Tumblr and all that, it made me feel so weird. It's like they were seeing another side of me that I didn't want them to see, and like my life that wasn't school. Because in school I wasn't cool. I was like pretty weird. Like I didn't have that many friends. So it was kind of my outlet to be myself, and where I could meet people and, like feel comfortable, and
Were you your real self in school and online? Was it the same version of you? The same you?
No. So online it was definitely me. That was actually me, actually what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to look. And then at school was just get through it. It was really just get through it and just as best as I could. And I was myself. Like if someone talked to me, I was like, oh, hi, like, blah, blah. But I wasn't, doing the same. I don't know.
I totally
wasn't the
get
same
it.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I started my radio show when I was in high school. And it was very hard to just like navigate with kids. Like I don't know. I was like such a reserved shell of my being in school. Like I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I was like really doing work on my phone all day.
Mm-hmm.
Not even schoolwork. It was and like then I was watching all these kids, like taking notes on them.
Yeah.
When was the first time you wrote a song?
So I used to do poetry when I was younger. I loved poetry. I wrote a lot. So I think that I probably wrote like my first poetry/song when I was maybe in middle school, elementary school. I was pretty young.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't start putting it together into like making music till like way later on, because I didn't know how to like structure, and I didn't know how to do all that, but I knew how to write poetry. So I would do that, and then I thought, oh, like this would sound cool, or like this would be cool. But yeah, it wasn't until later that I actually made music out of it.
How'd you figure out structure? Who taught you that?
It came way later. I think like when I was actually like in the studio and I started doing like vocal lessons and I started doing like the actual music stuff is when I would watch people and I would like kind of learn, and I had friends that would make music and I would just kind of like study it from them. And it's definitely hard. Like songwriting's not easy.
Like Knocking on Your Heart.
Yeah.
I would love to hear how that record started. Like,
yeah.
Did it start as clean as we hear it today?
No song starts that clean. But no, like I said, it always starts as like something will get laid down like on whether it's like piano or guitar, and then from there we'll start writing the words. And I was just like really young and in like a weird place, and I was like heartbroken, and I just came to LA, and I was just so young and like heartbroken, and yeah, it was all over the place though.
Are you ever amazed that your manager found you and you're now here from Texas? You just went on the Sabrina Carpenter tour.
Yeah.
Pretty Girl is a pretty big record.
Yeah.
Really a life-changing record.
Oh, yeah.
We could say that, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Tangibly, how does your life change after that song hits?
I got really busy, which I've been busy, but not like that. I was traveling a lot, and I was doing like shows, which I'd never done like a lot of live stuff before Pretty Girl. So it was different. I had to learn how to like, be in front of a crowd because I don't know. I don't really dance, so I just kind of didn't know how to be, and it was, I don't know, life definitely changed. I started getting more people that, wanted to be my friends, and more people that were hitting me up about music and wanting to make music, and it was definitely just a different lifestyle really quick. I just had to grow up too. I think I was like 17, just turned 18. So I just had to live different.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm
so grateful though.
Are your parents with you at this time?
They're not.
They're in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't answer your manager's message.
Well, we didn't at first. That's the funny thing, because my parents thought, oh, she's been through so much, she's going to be so heartbroken if it doesn't work out for her. So they were like, oh, let's just not respond. So they didn't respond, and they actually didn't even tell me about the email for a while. Then he emailed again, and they were like, all right, we'll try it out. So we went to LA and met with him, and then it's been crazy since.
Crazy that your parents just let you, like...
Yeah, well, I moved to LA when I was 16 by myself, without my parents.
Did you have to convince your parents to let you go? Were they more than willing?
At first it was like, please let me go. Like, come on, guys, look at this opportunity. This is crazy. I'm 16 and like, this could be my life. And they were kind of hesitant about it, but ultimately they're really, really supportive, and they just wanted me to do what I wanted to do, and they know how much I love to sing and how I've always really wanted this. So they were pretty supportive of it. But
they could have easily handed you off to like some weirdo or something. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
LA is a scary place.
It is. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Do you feel like you grow up almost instantly at 16 when you're thrown into LA on your own?
Yeah, I had to do things that I've never even thought of doing, like paying my bills when I'm 16, like finding ways to make money, like pay, and it was crazy. Like, I was doing brand deals. Like, I did something with like McDonald's. I was like 16, like paying my bills. So weird. And just things like going to the grocery store, and like when I run out of toothpaste or I'm out of toilet paper,
It's
like I can't just tell my parents, hey guys, like, can you guys go get me some? No, I had to get up and do it myself, and it was weird. Life definitely changed really quick.
Do you have a big following on Instagram when you moved to LA on your own?
Yeah, I had maybe 1 million by then. Yeah.
That's hefty.
Yeah. Yeah, it helped.
What does Instagram mean to you? Like, what role does it play in your life?
I love Instagram. I think it's really cool because I can interact with fans, and also it's just a way I can like put myself out there and people can see me, and I really enjoy Instagram, actually. I post a lot. I like to post. I like to interact.
But it's all sides of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not all me. Like, it's not my full, because I'm not showing my personality and like my, crazy side or like my funny side. I'm just kind of posting like, oh, I look good here. Like, let me post this. Or, oh, I just performed. Let me show you this. So Instagram's definitely like one aspect of your life. It's not the whole thing.
Do you feel like you need to show all aspects through it?
I try to, but it's kind of hard because just when I'm being goofy or like, have my personality showing, I'm not like out, my phone's not out. I'm not like recording myself. Like, it's just, what happens in my life. But I think it's important to show that, and I try to show that, but I wish I did a little bit more. But again, I don't have my phone out when I'm just living.
Yeah.
So.
When you're actually living an authentic life, nobody's filming you.
Exactly. Because once the phone comes out, it feels like forced.
Everything
almost.
changes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people treat you differently because of your looks?
Yeah.
In which
definitely.
ways?
I think it kind of flips. Sometimes people don't take me as serious because they're like, oh, she's pretty, like she's probably dumb, or she doesn't know what she's talking about, or but then also people can be nicer to me and like want to be my friend or like want to know more about me and stuff, and because of my looks without even knowing my personality or anything. So I think it kind of switches sometimes, but yeah, it's definitely been a problem for me in music because I did start on social media So it's like, oh, she's pretty. She was on social media and now she wants to be a musician. Like, it's not real. But I don't know. I've tried to prove myself, but
You have to, right?
yeah, I mean, you do. Especially because I'm young, too. It's just another thing on top of it.
Is that what you try to do with like your own style and how you do things? Because I'm sure some people could be like, hey, just be this pop girl and you could do this and take over the world.
Yeah, with Pretty Girl, it was like more pop, and it was more of like, oh, like I'm a young pop girl, and bubblegum, whatever. And I feel like it was me in that moment, but it's not me now. I feel like, my styles, I'm a little darker. Like, I like to wear dark stuff. I like to listen to like metal, and I'm definitely not the like pop girl. I would say I'm more like anti-pop. I like to, I don't know, just be a little darker, but it's definitely hard sometimes because I know like, oh, this is what works, but it's like, oh, but this is who I really am. So,
And that's the balance.
yeah.
Do
But-
pretty people see a pretty person when they look in the mirror?
Like,
Like when you look in the mirror, do you see a pretty person?
I think I'm good looking. I mean, some days I think I look bad, but like, I don't know. I've come to terms with like how I look, because I used to not think I was very pretty, but now I don't think I'm ugly. I don't know.
Oh, I was just asking. 'Cause
Okay.
I just wondering if like it's what Pretty Girl seems to be about.
Yeah.
I'm just like I just didn't know if people treated you differently.
Yeah, people definitely do. But I mean, I'm not gonna like sit here and complain like, I hate being pretty. Like, no, it's fine.
Pretty Girl has a deep meaning.
No, it does. Yeah.
I think deeper than a lot of people thought at first.
Yeah, because when you first see Pretty Girl and then you see me, you're like, oh, okay, like, wow, she's complaining that she's pretty, or she's
But no,
like, but no, it's, if you listen to the song, you'll notice it's not that.
you wrote on that record, Sasha Sloan was also on it.
Yeah.
Was that done fresh in the room, or did it come to you in any sort of like seed?
Yeah, so it's literally based on like my Instagram life and like me being on social media and me putting out those songs that I put out before Pretty Girl, and people being like, oh, is this real? Is, she just doing this because she's bored? And so the idea came from me being like, I'm more than this, like, a girl on Instagram. Please take me serious. Like, I have struggles. I have a family. I have a life. I'm not just this person you see on Instagram. So, it literally came from all of that. And then we just made Pretty Girl. And it was so, like, literally hit the nail on the head with that one, because it was so perfect. It was exactly what I wanted to say, and at the perfect time. And
It was the right song of yours to be a hit.
Yeah.
It's a meaningful
Definitely.
story
Yeah, it
to
is.
have as a hit song.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for that song. It means a lot to me.
It's a real introduction.
Yeah.
So, okay. The Pretty Girl thing, I think, is crazy because it is a smash record. I think it's going to be played for a very long time.
Yeah.
Did you expect that at all when it was done?
No, I was actually pretty nervous to release it at first because I felt like it was really honest, and I felt like I didn't want people to get the wrong idea of it, that I was complaining or that I was like ungrateful or anything like that. So I was a little nervous at first, but I knew it was a really good song, but I didn't know that it was gonna go as crazy as it did, because it definitely, like, when I think 500 million, or I think million streams, like, I'm not, like, that's so many, like, that's so crazy. And it's like, I don't know, it's definitely not something I thought was gonna go like that, but I'm very grateful that it did.
How does your creative process change between Pretty Girl and Obsessed, and there's a lot of records that come after that, right? So
Yeah.
we have Obsessed that comes after that. We obviously have Friends Go. We have I Would. What's the biggest? Would I? I'm sorry. Would I? What's the biggest difference? How does it change?
I think it's based on just like the feelings I feel and how I am in that moment, or like, because my songs are always changing in meaning and like just style and everything. So like my older songs, I was really young and I was just going through a lot of heartbreak and what felt like it was like the end of the world because I'm young, and it was like, relationships, that's all I want. I just want to be loved type thing. So it was mostly just that in that time. And then since then I've been dealing with, more real things that are like in the real world. And yeah, I think just with time, I've just changed, like my mind has changed and things I'm going through changed. So the styles have just really changed.
If all of my friends wanted to jump, would I? Would I? If I could feel nothing, if I could feel numb, would I? If I could forget you without all the drugs, could I? That's some powerful stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
How does this record even come to be, and what kind of reflection are you doing?
So this record came to be when I was in a really, really dark place. It was not this winter, but last winter, I was just going through it. I was just having a really hard time, just really struggling, and I only knew how to take it out in my music because that's like my diary. That's my, it's how I let my feelings out. So yeah, I was just in a really dark place, and Would-I definitely helped me a lot get that out, but I just felt like I needed to share that part because I've shared the good parts, and I tried to like not really share that. So with Would-I, it was me like word vomiting all my feelings out.
Do you heal from making this song?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped me heal a lot. Before it came out, I mean, we had the song for like a year before it came out because I just never felt like it was the right time to release it. And I was like also just really nervous to release it because it is so deep and I didn't know how people were going to take it. But I listened to it every day until it came out, like literally every day. And it's definitely like one of my favorite songs I've ever done. And it really helped me. I just felt like I could relate to it so much. So when I put it out and other people were telling me how much it meant to them, it was such a like surreal moment.
So at what part do you heal? Is it the creation of the record? Is it the listening to it every day? Or is it the physical, like putting it out into the public?
I think writing it helped a lot, but it's basically like a therapy session because you're just giving all of this information, and it kind of can be a lot in that moment because you're bringing everything up that you're going through. So in the moment it's kind of hard, but I think afterwards, once you see the song and it's amazing and it's like exactly how you wanted it, that's a really great moment. And then to be able to listen to it for as long as I was able to before it came out and just have that to myself it definitely helped a lot. I think that's the part that really helped me heal the most.
Listening to it.
Yeah.
Do you learn new things about yourself? Do you keep picking up notes on the song with every listen?
Yeah.
Is it like a reminder?
It's definitely a reminder, but I think it's not a negative reminder. It's more of this is what I was going through and this is where I am now, and I'm so much better than that now, and I'm not in that headspace anymore. And I feel like it also kind of keeps me up a little bit because it does bring me back to this really dark place that I just know I don't want to be in again. And yeah, it definitely helps. It helps me a lot.
What were you going through?
Oh my gosh, so much. Just really bad depression. I get really bad seasonal depression, so I was really just depressed. And I had a friend pass away, which was really hard too. And I was just in a really dark place, and like drugs and all that. It's not good. It's not a good mix.
Can I ask what season sparks the depression the most?
Yeah, winter.
Will you create in that season, or what do you do?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about winter time, but it just gets me in this really weird headspace. But
it's gray, it's cold.
It's cold.
There's 1,000 things that's sad about it.
Yeah, and it's a time that families usually come together too, and I'm really close with my family, but like I don't know. It's always been really hard for me. So I'm able to create still, and I'm I'm still. I feel like actually when I'm really depressed, I create even better because I have so much on my mind and so much I want to talk about, but it's just always really sad. And I don't always want to make really sad music because I'm not always sad. You know, I'm like happy. So I don't want to just make it about all the sad things in my life. I want to have those positive things too.
Do your thing when inspiration hits. But then you sit on records like you sat on Would I for a year.
Yeah.
You got the power. By the way, the meaning of the record doesn't change, and the relevancy of it is just as important the day it was released that it was a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Human, another great record. Are you questioning you? Are you asking if you're a human?
No. It's more of like I don't feel human, and not in a way it's like I feel like an alien or something like that. Because I feel like a human, but
you've got 30 missed calls.
Yeah.
You're staying in another night.
Yeah. It's not about it's me feeling like I don't feel like I relate to people. I don't feel like people understand me, and I feel like I have all these problems because Human was written at the same time as What I, like the same exact time. So
by the way, both in the winter, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And it also has like a spooky vibe, and I was just like I was in it. But it was just about not feeling like I was human. Like I'm so out of my mind, and I'm so like no one can relate to me and understands me.
You only talk to walls.
Yeah. I was talking to walls. I was out of it.
Where are we at now? Do you feel like people understand you?
Yeah. I'm good now. I'm a lot better. I feel like people get me now. And especially putting those 2 songs out and people being like, oh, like me too. I feel that. I can relate to you. That made me feel way better. Like, oh, okay, cool. I'm not alone.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
We're all way more alike than we are different.
Yeah.
And we go through the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Has LA changed you?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have because when I lived in Texas, I liked, like I rode horses and I did like rodeos and I did a lot of sports and was really like active. And I feel like now I just like it's just music. I just sit in my house and I just like make music all the time. Like I don't go outside, and which is cool because I love making music and that's like what I do. But it's just different because I'm not as social. I'm not as like socially active, and I don't go out, and I don't know. It's different. I feel like I'm a lot more closed off than I used to be, and I feel like I also have like weird trust issues now, just because LA has so many people that aren't genuine, and I just always have this guard up because you just never know.
That's a hard guard to have when you're dealing with people from home, whether that's friends or family.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really go away.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It's weird. Yeah, I feel like LA is just this weird. It's awesome, but it's weird, and the people are just you never know with them.
You really don't.
Yeah.
That's why.
You ever think you'd be happier if living back in Texas, doing what you used to do, still being able to make music though?
Still being able to make music, maybe, but. So when I lived in Dallas, I hated it. I hated Dallas. When we moved, I was so happy. So the new place that my family lives now, I really liked. I enjoyed it a lot. And the people were just really nice to me, and I felt way more accepted. So I think maybe if I like got to finish school, like in an actual school, and still be able to make music and stuff, I don't know. I think my life would be way different. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would have been able to find myself, though, because where my family lives now, it's very reserved, and everyone kind of just does the same thing. And I feel like I might have fallen into that, and I wouldn't have been able to really find myself. So I'm glad I moved, and I'm glad I got to experience life in a new way.
We might not be speaking right now.
Yeah.
If you didn't come to LA.
Exactly.
What do your parents think about everything?
They're really proud. They're really, really supportive of me, and they've always been of everything I do. Just really supportive and always trying to do their best to make whatever, like, I don't know, they just do their best at all, whatever I do. They just want me to be happy, so they've been really amazing.
Any part of them surprised, or did they know?
I think they're surprised. I think that I don't know. I've never asked them how they really feel about it, but I think they're surprised. They're just really happy. And anytime anything happens, like literally anything, they'll text me like, "Oh my gosh, did you see this? Like, oh my gosh, your song got this many." Like, they're so on top of it. They're like my biggest fans.
Are you surprised by your success?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I just never thought it would happen to me, I guess. I always knew that I wasn't gonna like do the college thing and, you know, like work in an office and stuff like that. Like I always had this feeling, but I never knew that I was gonna be like where I am today. Definitely not.
Do you feel like you just need to make music to survive? So if the fame side of it went away and you just had to, you wrote to write, right?
Yeah.
And just to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I didn't start out thinking like, like I'm doing this to be famous. Like I just wanted to do it. I just like music. I like making music. I like writing. I like performing. Yeah, I just wanted to do it. And it's just a really good way to express myself. And I feel like it's been the best coping mechanism for my life. That I've, because people always ask me like, oh, how do you cope with this? And it's like literally music. That's all I know how to do to deal with my problems. So yeah, I would be perfectly fine just making music for myself.
Obsessed. Probably my favorite record of yours.
Thanks.
Mainly because I love the lyrics.
Yeah.
Hey, get a table for two. Your ego and you. Are you singing to someone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you singing to?
My ex.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Did you play this record for him?
No.
Does he
But
know?
I feel like he knows.
You really go into some vivid detail into those in the lyrics.
Yeah.
You describe a man.
Yes.
It's a good song.
Thank you.
Have you had to keep your ego in check?
No.
Never?
Maybe a few times. But never in like a crazy way.
You
Just-
are Maggie Lindemann,
Yes.
singer of Pretty Girl,
Yes.
world-renowned hit record.
That's never been a thing though for me. I've never thought like, oh well, I am this blah blah blah. Like
Do you know who I am?
I'm Maggie Lindemann. Like I've never thought that. I think the only time I've had like an ego is maybe like if I'm at a party and like I see this person that I like and they're with someone else and I'll be like, well, I'm better. Like that kind of thing. But it's never been like, oh, well, I'm so successful. Like I've never thought that.
Got it.
No. It's more of just like me pinning myself against other people because I'm jealous type vibe.
We all do it.
Yeah.
Did this happen with this ex that you're singing to and obsessed? Did you see this person with somebody else?
Yeah. It hurt my feelings. So I was like, okay.
I'm so much better than her.
Yeah. I don't even know her. But
But you know you're better.
But I know I'm better. Like, come on, look at all my good qualities. Like, you know?
You just start listing them.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm this. Like, come on.
Is this X the one that pops up when I type in Maggie Lindemann X?
Oh, God, no.
It's not?
No. I hope not. No, it's not. Probably not. Don't.
There was.
Brennan Taylor?
Oh, my gosh.
Are you
No.
different one? I've met that Brennan Taylor out before.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's a character.
Yeah. He's cool.
Yeah,
He's funny.
That's one way to describe him. Anyway,
Yeah.
friends go. Just remember that, everybody. Friends go. I think you got a hit record here, man.
Thank you.
What do you think is missing in music today? What do you want to hear more of?
I want to hear more people talking about real stuff. Like, I want to hear more about some, like, genuine, deep stuff. Because I feel like a lot of people like to talk about, like, boys and girls and, like, I don't know. I miss the deep, genuine stuff. Even if it's, like, dark. Like, I want that. I want all that. And just more originality. Like, Billie Eilish, to me, is one of the coolest people, like, artists right now. She's so genuine, and she talks about, like, everything.
So eloquently.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so, like, beautifully. She's talking about, like, really deep, dark stuff, but, like, in this beautiful voice.
And she wears the Louis Vuitton mask.
And she wears like sick outfits. Like she's so, no one's like her.
No.
It's awesome.
There's clearly only one Billie Eilish.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that.
That's just leading with authenticity, right? If you just be yourself.
Yeah, I just love when I see someone that's super authentic with like no care. Like they don't care if who's judging or like who's watching. They're just themselves.
Do you feel like you're there too?
I feel like I'm close. I still get kind of nervous sometimes. Like I don't feel like I'm my full self all the time just because I still have this fear of being judged a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the most part I'm pretty myself.
What do you think will bring you there? Is it confidence? Is it?
Yeah, I think it's confidence. I think I have good confidence, but I don't think it's fully there yet.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Are you confident on stage?
It depends. I think yeah and no. Because sometimes I feel kind of insecure if like a crowd isn't super hype. And that makes me think I'm doing something wrong. But for the most part, I just have fun on stage. I don't even like know what I'm doing. It just all leaves my mind. I'm just singing. So.
Wasn't it hard, like on this last tour, isn't it, the crowd is Sabrina's crowd, so is it hard to get them to connect to what you're doing?
It can be. It wasn't, her crowd was actually really, really good. Her fans are really awesome. So, that was pretty good. But I think sometimes just getting them to interact and like if I'm like, hey, you guys, how are you guys doing tonight? Are you guys excited to be here? And they're not like screaming the loudest. I'm like, it makes me feel like, dang, like I'm just not doing well. But it's really just, it's just something you have to power through. Mm-hmm. But no, her crowd's been really good. They were really amazing. So.
And by the way, in those situations, it's most likely not even you, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, which is something I have to remind myself because they're not trying to like not be into it. Because also modern day, people are just like standing there and recording. Yeah. People aren't really like,
nobody.
Yeah,
Very few people dance anymore at concerts.
I know. I hate it. I love to dance at concerts. So when I see people not, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would be dancing. So maybe they don't like me, but it's just
no. They rather document it and show it to their friend.
Exactly. And then I see so many videos like on Instagram of them tagging me and I'm like, oh, they liked it.
That's cool. Everybody who ignored you when you said, are you ready to have fun tonight?
Yeah, they're just like, yeah.
Documenting
it's fine.
For later.
Yeah.
By the way, I went to a Jonas Brothers concert fairly recently and they took everybody's phones.
No way.
The crowd was hype. It was awesome.
No
Everybody
way.
was into it.
That's a good idea.
Not a single phone in the place.
I'm putting this on.
I loved it.
What do you listen to on like when you're by yourself?
I like metal music. I also like punk metal. I also like Janae Aiko.
Okay.
I really love her. I listen to her like every day. Like Rico Nasty, Alec Benjamin.
Woo.
Yeah, I listen to like literally all kinds of music. It really depends on the mood and my outfit. I've realized whatever I'm wearing that day, it can put me in a mood. Like it can really get me into this like a different place. I don't know. It's weird.
Do you know your Alec Benjamin outfit?
Yeah, that's when I'm feeling like artsy and like flowery and like I want to go lay in the sun.
I like that.
Yeah, because it's like sad, but it's also like cute and like happy.
It's kind of disturbing in that way.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm obsessed.
I know.
You mentioned it earlier, but all the songs you're releasing now, they do have a different sound from each other.
Yeah.
Are you putting together like a full album, and do you know how that's going to sound, or is it all going to be kind of everywhere?
Yeah, so I'm working on a bigger project. It's not gonna all sound the exact same. I think it's all gonna sound like in the same realm. Like there's always gonna be guitar. That's like the key element in all my songs. But no, I feel like because some songs will sound like Would I, but some songs will sound like Friends Go, and some songs may sound like Pretty Girl, like who knows. But yeah, it's all gonna sound different, but it's all gonna live in the same area. If that makes sense.
Will you be the one playing guitar on the album?
Yes.
Giddy up.
Yeah, giddy up.
Get it.
Yeah.
Do we have a date?
Not yet, but before the end of the year.
Wow. How many records do you have done that you're confident in?
A lot, like 8 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot. I have a lot of stuff. I'm just so indecisive when it comes to like putting stuff out because I'm just like, oh no, I want this one first, or I want this one first, or oh my gosh, like I've had a change of heart. Like I'm not feeling like that one anymore, so I don't want that to come out yet. So I'm just all over the place. I'm such a like weird perfectionist.
Are you telling a full story with this album so far?
Yeah. Yeah, all of the songs are pretty meaningful to me. They're all, they're pretty, not deep, but they're just like really genuine to what's actually going on in my life. So it's definitely gonna tell like what my life's been like in the past few years.
Are you still writing for this album?
Yeah.
So it's not closed.
It's not done, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Maggie Lindemann.
Wait, I had another question.
Okay.
What's it like living with Ricky?
With Ricky? Oh my God. It's
Who
fun.
is Ricky?
Have you ever seen the guy on Instagram who's how would you describe him?
He's like the one who does those like dancing things, but he'll like motivational.
He's like preaching?
Yeah, the preacher boy.
You've definitely seen them. They're everywhere.
Yeah, he's like a little viral little boy.
Okay, I'll look. Keep going.
He's the best. He's been my best friend for like 5 years now. He literally like how he is on Instagram is exactly how he is in person. So it's really fun. There's never a dull moment in our house.
Yeah, I would assume not.
What's his last name, or does he just go
Thompson.
by Ricky Thompson?
Yeah.
Does he film those in the house when you're there? Do you hear him upstairs?
Yeah, and I hear him because the room he films in is across from my room because he has his room and then he has his like closet. So it's across from my room and I hear it every time. And it's so funny because he won't let me watch. I'll like walk in. I'm just like, he's like, can you get out? Like, I don't want you to watch this.
He won't let you watch, but then he'll put it on the internet for millions and
but he
millions
hates
of
when I
people to
watch
see.
them in front of him too.
So does he like tell you if your music's good or not? Do you show him before?
Yeah, he tells me.
Okay.
Like, I don't know about this one.
Really?
Yeah, he's very honest with me. But he's
Yeah.
liked everything I've done so far. There's been like 2 songs he was like, I don't know about that one, but
Oh my God, he's eating dinner with Adele.
yeah, right?
Well, who is he?
Right? I don't know. He's friends with her. They're friends. It's
What?
weird. I don't know.
Who is like? Where
I'm
is
like,
he from?
hey, can I come next time?
Have you never seen one of these videos?
No.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought I was a connected person.
Wow.
Well, now I'm in. So
Yeah, he's great.
you just got Ricky Thompson a new follower. I'm no Adele, but I'm in.
Cool.
Maggie Lindemann. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, of course.
Are you good?
I just want to know how to pronounce their clothing company name.
Oh, Swix.
Swix.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Swix.
I just didn't know if like the X's were silent, if the Z was pronounced.
No,
more.
literally no one knows how to pronounce it. Don't worry.
Swix.
It's Swix. I made it up in my head, so
Okay.
no one knows.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You should put it phonetically so people know.
All right.
Swix.
Swix.
Maggie Lindemann, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for hanging.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.